Welcome back once again. Nnamdi Kanu live in Supreme Court files fresh motion. I'm going to be showing you the motion Nnamdi Kanu had filed recently. Remember that the Supreme Court is the apex court of all courts in the country. Now that Justice Omotosho don't want to show the world, the public, and everybody the written law he wants to use in probably jailing Nnamdi Kanu come 20th on November 2025, Nnamdi Kanu has taken a bold step to approach the Supreme Court. Remember that an appeal court has given a judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that the Kenyan court has given a judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that a lot of persons have actually called, and the repeat law has actually been clear that Nnamdi Kanu is vindicated. But Justice James Omotosho don't want to obey the rule of law. He is only eminent in making sure that Nnamdi Kanu is jailed. But Nnamdi Kanu, in his own effort, is making sure and moving. I'm going to play the video for you to hear clearly how Nnamdi Kanu is marching forward to the Supreme Court to take verge of making sure he fails to be jailed. Justice James Omotosho is being tendered to come and show the written law. I'll play the video for you to hear how people were hailing Nnamdi Kanu when they saw him in the Supreme Court filing documents, and how he was talking with one of his lawyers recently and everything. And I'm going to be showing you full details of what he submitted as a motion to the Supreme Court. But before I do that, listen attentively to what this particular person has stated recently regarding Nnamdi Kanu's captivity and detention. And when we come back, we'll continue.
I am Comrade Atiku Issa. I wanted to introduce myself. I said, no, I know you. So I started telling me about what happened. So I became shocked. Then he told me that I'd be strong. That was how I continued discussion with him for about 2 months. So Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I know very well, very well. Because if you stay with somebody on a daily basis and you are discussing with the person on a daily basis for about 2 months, because in detention you don't have anything to do. You only sit down on a particular spot, and you are with this person on a daily basis, and you are always discussing. So you should know the kind of person that he is. And let me tell you that people don't know that it was prior to my meeting with Nnamdi Kanu, I had thought that he was a wicked man who want to divide the country, because I am a patriotic Nigerian, and I don't want anything that will bring confusion in this country. So that was the mindset I had. But after meeting him in the detention, I realized that the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Kanuris there are all loyal to him. You'll be shocked that he has more supporters in the DSS facility than he has outside, because if anywhere you live and you have more than 95% of the people who are supporting you. Before I met him, a Fulani guy told me, because he said, oh, if you see Nnamdi Kanu, he will like you because you can speak English. The guy does not understand English. We always communicate in Hausa language, and in Arabic language. So he said, he will like you because you can speak English, and he's a good man. If you have any problem, tell him, he will help you. So that is how they see Nnamdi Kanu. Or everybody in that detention facility, they see him as their leader. So it's not about a leader agitating for the Igbo cause. He's a leader agitating for Nigerians, for the betterment of Nigerians. So that is the person Nnamdi Kanu is. So I have discussed with him severally. On a daily basis, he will tell me, Atiku will be strong. And along the line, now told me that, okay, I want you to play along so that they release you from here. I don't want you to continue to stay in detention. That was when I said, I'm ready to remain in detention. I said, no, this case is not good for you. Play along. Do whatever they want you to do. Get away from me and go and meet your family. I said, you are here. Say, don't worry. You go out. I don't want to see young men like you to be in detention. So that is the person we are talking about, that Nnamdi Kanu is. A very passionate leader with compassion, and he has the interest of especially the masses at heart. And I think the problem he has, which is not a problem, is that he's too courageous and fearless. And that is why, to me, he is still in detention.
Yes, welcome back. I believe you've heard clearly. This is NAN's president being Atiku Issa. He went as far as stating that he met Nnamdi Kanu in prison while he was in custody and while he was arrested. And this is exactly the perspective he now has about Nnamdi Kanu. You could see that the Northerner is exonerating Nnamdi Kanu. Now, see if that is not enough, Nnamdi Kanu went as far as approaching the Supreme Court after Justice Omotosho had failed, and he's going ahead to make sure he jails him on the 20th November 2025. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is now challenging Justice James Omotosho to prove and show him the written law he wants to use in jailing him or trying him, because the narrative is now being switched. Remember, they were talking about treason felony. Now they are not talking about treason felony, and now it has now gone to the terrorism that is yet unpicked. Now, in full details, as you could see on your screen, Nnamdi Kanu arrived at the Supreme Court to personally to submit a letter to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, being Kudirat Kekere Ekun. Nnamdi Kanu wants the CJN to discontinue his ongoing terrorism trial at the Abuja Federal High Court, citing a repealed law. His arrival at the Supreme Court is part of his last-minute attempts to discontinue his case, which is set for judgment on November 20th. Nnamdi Kanu was accompanied by officials of the Department of the DSS. Nnamdi Kanu had filed, remember that also that Nnamdi Kanu previously filed an application at the Court of Appeal, praying for stay of further proceedings on his trial before Justice James Omotosho. In the motion, Nnamdi Kanu urged the appeal court to stay delivery of judgment on November 20th, pending the determination of the appeal. You could see the effort Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making to make sure he hustle whatever James Omotosho wants to do to him on 20th of November 2025. It is obvious if Justice James Omotosho is following the law, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a lawbreaker. He will actually obey and follow the Jimmy's of everything. But whereby the laws are well thwarted, just to keep this man in detention and make sure he's been in captivity and the rest of it, just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not give in to it, because documentation has shown that everything is being a repeat law and there is nothing hidden on the surface of the earth that will not be revealed on a special day. So if the repeat law is stating that it is not valid and the case is dead on arrival, then he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. That's what Justice James Omotosho ought to know. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing firm, telling, and you could see how they were hailing. I'm going to play the video. They were hailing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Onyendu, welcome, and he was having conversation and everything. A lot of persons are happy with this particular development. I decided to bring this to your view. What is your take towards this? And watch the rest of the video to see how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approached the court and all what he stated. Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell of this channel. Do it often, hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell and click on the like button. Thanks for watching.
That can serve me so when you're not in her office, so this is the thing. Hanging, they give a directive that count 7 doesn't exist in law, so that they should amend it, change it, it doesn't exist. I still play to that 714 law.
Yes, it was an error.
It's an error, big error. So I want them to correct
that. That was one of the motions we asked, that appeal should be set aside.
That's correct.
It has not been heard.